Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's podcast. My name is Martin. Let me tell you all about my one night trip on an MSC cruise. That's right, I went for one night. Now, here at Rock the Boat, we sell a lot of MSC cruises, and pretty much everyone else has been on MSC cruise, but I just hadn't been. So I decided, as I'm based over in France, that I would take a one cruise from Le Havre all the way over to Southampton to see what is available on board an MSC ship. It was the MSC Virtuosa. It's one of their newer ships. It's also one of the ones that goes out of Southampton last as well. So it's lucky enough to be able to board in Le Havre. Now, a couple of problems happened, which was not MSC's fault. On the day, it turns out it was a strike, and so that meant that they couldn't operate the trains to get up from Paris up to Le Havre, and also for people getting off the ship to come down to Paris to go for the day. So what they did was to change from Le Havre to Bruges. So Bruges in Belgium. So a completely different country. Now, MSC were really good at this. They basically contacted everyone that was getting on Le Havre and told them, go to Paris. We will pick you up from Paris. Don't worry about getting to Bruges. We will pick you up from Paris and we will take you there. So it's great. Got on at 8 o'clock in the morning. We had a little stop on the way. Was chatting to people on board. Nice kind of mix of people. They got on, taken straight to the ship. And because it wasn't one of the main kind of embarkation sort of places, there's only about 40 people getting on board there that day. It was really easy and slick to get on board. So really great. So first impressions, it is a big ship. It does hold a lot of people, a huge amount of guests on board, but it doesn't feel like it's a massive ship. It's it is slightly wider than, say, sort of the P&O kind of ones. If you've been on P&O Zura or Ventura, it is a bit wider than those kind of ships. But that does mean they can fit in more space into the restaurants and things inside. But I never kind of felt like I was on a huge, what people sort of call one of those milk carton container ships, that are big, get lost on board ships. Now, like most ships, they're pretty sort of standard layout. So top deck, swimming pools, and that's also where you're going to find the buffet, generally at the back of the ship. And then the front of the ship, you kind of usually have like a bar and that kind of stuff. So sort of talk you through what is available on the ship. So on board the ship, there's loads of entertainment. Now, the night that I was there, the entertainment in the main theatre was a lady. She'd been on one of these singing TV shows in the UK, and she was performing hits from divas. She was really good. She could really sing, and she interacted really well with the audience. So I didn't get to see any of the big sort of productions because actually the last night of the full 7 night cruise that I was getting onto. So I didn't see those, unfortunately, but I did get to see her, and she was really good. The theatre was nice, holds about 750 people. I think you can book things like that on the app. Now, MSC, like a lot of other cruise lines nowadays, is very much heavy on using the app. So it's going to tell you when your dinner is, but it's also on your cruise card as well. If you want to book any specialty restaurants, if you want to book excursions, if you want to do pretty much anything to book to go and see, for example, the theatre shows, you can do this all on the app as well. So Wi-Fi is not included in MSC. We'll get onto what's included in a minute, but to be able to use the MSC app, that is included as well. So what is included with an MSC cruise? So you get all of your basic dinings. That's your main dining restaurant, and also the buffets are included. In the buffet, you can have things like there's the fruit juices and the water, and then you've got the coffee that comes out of a machine and tea and that kind of stuff. So that is all included when you're on board. The Wi-Fi is included only to use the MSC. So if you want to go to the specialty restaurants, you can either buy a pack that gives you 2, 3, 4, or you can just pay as you go. Whilst you go to those, it is a bit cheaper to do the pack in advance. Wi-Fi, I think Wi-Fi on cruise ships, if you pay for it, is pretty expensive. I did see people using it. The other thing to think about with MSC is that it's a per device package as opposed to be able to share. So if you want to use it on a phone and a tablet and a laptop, that's 3 different devices. So it's something to kind of think about whilst you go on board. It obviously depends on where you go into. If you go in somewhere, for example, this one was just going around sort of Northern Europe, so it's pretty much in a port every day. Do you need to have Wi-Fi at 1 o'clock in the morning? No. They were in port quite late as well, so you didn't really kind of need to have the Wi-Fi because you're going to be getting off the ship almost every single day. So if you're out and about, do you need Wi-Fi? Out of that, okay. Drinks. So, as I said, the basic drinks are included at the buffet. If you want to have any other drinks, you then got to pay as you go or have one of the drinks packages. Now, personally, I think the drinks packages, if you do want to have more than a couple of drinks per day, it is worth getting a drinks package. So if you're a kid, then you can do the minors package, and that includes soft drink. There is an adult version, a bit more expensive, but you can do the adult version, and that includes all the soft drinks. I had the easy package, and what you'll find is that most of the restaurants and bars, you will see a menu that says included in the easy drinks package. So this is things like they were about €7 for a drink. This is things like a Moscow Mule, a mojito, pina colada. So those kind of cocktails. So it's not the over extravagant one, but it is a really good base. That also includes Heineken and draft. That also includes tea and coffee, hot chocolate, that kind of stuff, as well, and sort of basic kind of soft drinks. Okay, you can buy the more expensive drink packages. So these will give you any drinks up to sort of €8, and the top one, the premium one, gives you any drink up to €13. So if you want to have any of the fancier cocktails, so if you want to have something that's not sort of like mimosa or a pina colada kind of drink, then you need to get the more expensive drinks package. Now, I said I had the easy one, and I went through and tried lots of different drinks, and it was available in pretty much most of the places that I went to. There was a couple of places for specialty dining restaurants. It's not included there because they don't do those cocktails. So that's where you need to kind of look at it. Okay. So what was really cool was actually in the buffet, most buffets are kind of like leave you to it, that kind of thing. But there is actually a bar in the buffet. So either you can track the attention of one of the waiters and stuff, and they'll bring you over your drinks, especially if you've got a drinks package, or you can just go to the bar. So when I walked in, I'd basically go and order a drink, and then wander around and go and find somewhere to go and sit down. So that was really nice to kind of do. Okay. With MSC, they're pretty strict on what you can and can't bring on board the ship. So you cannot bring on board any alcohol or even soft drinks. So the way I normally kind of do not having a drinks package is that I will bring along my little squash, my little sort of concentrated squash, which is fine. That's okay. No one sort of check. That's brought on board. But you can't bring on things like bottles of water, big bottles of water. You can bring on a water bottle, an empty one, but you can't bring on bottles of water. Same sort of bottles of Coke, things like that. If you've got like one in your hand, like the half litre one, 50-centiliter one, you can obviously finish it off, but you can't be bringing on 6 packs of 1.5 litre bottles. You can't bring those on board. They won't let you, basically. So you can drink the water from the in the cabin if you want to. It is purified, so you can do that. There are signs up in the buffet ask you not to refill water bottles with either the water that's there or the fruit juices and things like that. So my personal thing is go for a drinks package if you're going to have more than sort of 4 or 5 drinks, especially if you're going to go somewhere hot. If you're going to be sort of sailing around the Mediterranean, you're probably even going to get through that in soft drink. And you think something like a Coke is going to be about €3.50, and then you'd be paying about £29 for a day to have the easy package. That's the one that's got the alcohol included. There are more expensive drink packages if you want to, but if you're like me and you just want to have Heineken's fine, or you want to have sort of house wine and the basic cocktails, that is absolutely fine. I have quite a lot of soft drinks as well whilst on board. My personal recommendation is if you're going to have more than sort of 4 or 5 drinks per day, not necessarily alcoholic drinks, then it's probably worth getting that drinks. Okay. Food. Now, food can be one of the things that MSC either does really well or not so well. So let's start off with what I personally, from my one night experience, so I can't sort of judge the entire fleet, but also from the feedback from people and also from my own personal experience, the dining in the main dining room, that's the one that's printed on your cruise card that you have early or late dining, was not great, to be perfectly honest. Fine. It just wasn't particularly good. I had a salad. It was a lot of lettuce leaves covered in a sauce and some mozzarella. They do make their own mozzarella on board. So that's really pretty cool. And I think some cherry tomatoes sort of thrown in there as well. Um, that was that. And then I had a steak. The steak was really chewy though. It wasn't particularly great steak. We kind of did leave quite a lot of it. I had been to the buffet beforehand, so I wasn't particularly hungry. I went to the main dining just to kind of see what it was like. And then for dessert, I just had ice cream, and it was just ice cream. It was kind of nice pistachio ice cream. Speaking to some other people up in the buffet, I said, "How come we drop in the buffet and not at the main dining?" And they said they'd been to the main dining a couple of times, didn't really like it, preferred the buffet. Main dining, not so great. On the other hand, buffet was really, really good. So you kind of have this kind of halfway thing of main dining being great, but the buffet being really, really good. So like sort of most ship buffets, there are different stations that you can go around to, and you will find lots and lots of different food. Um, because the staff and the crew that work on board are international, you're going to get things like, I was really lucky. The chef that was cooking the curry that night was Indian. They made really, really good curry. I said, I live in France. We don't get curry that much over here. They can't really sort of handle spices a huge amount, but um, they had really, really nice curry. They had like the chapatis to go with it. They had the poppadoms, all the other kind of little things to go with it as well to make it a really good thing. Because with MSC, it's a very mixed bag of people that's on board. So if you've been on things like P&O, for example, it's probably 95% people on board are going to be living in the UK. Whereas on MSC, even though the ship predominantly went out of Southampton, which most people got on board, I would say, British people were probably the slight majority, but there were people from all over the world that were there. So the MSC need to cater to lots of different people. There was a lot of people from China, for example, that had gone on board because it's an easy way for them to go around Europe and go and sort of see some places and then get back to London from Southampton. A lot of people, obviously Italians, because it's an Italian cruise line, some French people on board, Belgium, lots of different nationalities. So the MSC have to cater to different things. Now, obviously it's an Italian ship, so they are actually really good at pizza and pasta. They have proper pizza ovens on board and you see them rolling it out, and it is really, really good pizza. I was really impressed with the pizza that was on board. They actually make the mozzarella on board the ship as well, and you can see them where they actually make it. It's first thing you come to when you get into the buffet. Really cool. Pasta, really good as well. Salads, kind of basic kind of stuff you would get at salad. They had a Mexican station that time as well when I went for lunch. So that was really cool that you can have like your chili and your tacos and burritos and that kind of stuff. That was nice. Desserts tend to be the more sort of European sort of stuff, the little square. It's like a big kind of soft cake kind of thing with a lot of cream on top and then cut into squares. You get that. Fruit as well. No ice cream in the buffet. But overall, the buffet was really, really good. Went there in the morning for breakfast. Breakfast was really good as well. And it is a big size buffet, bigger than what you're going to get on sort of like, say, for example, P&O ships, the Disney ships. It's a bigger buffet. So it means that they can close down one side and then the other side open. The opening times are really good in it as well. So you could just pop in there, and get a snack as well. So I went back and had some extra pizza later on as well to go with my drink that I just got from there. Okay, so the dining, I didn't get to do any specialty restaurants, but it is something else you can do whilst you're on board. Now, one of the things that MSC is really well known for is family entertainment. So when I went on board, I was lucky enough to go and have a look around all the kids' facilities. So on Virtuoso, when you walk into, it's on 2 levels. and it's a massive family area. Right in the center of that is a 2-level sport arena. So it's like a sports hall where they've got basketball hoops, they've got the goals to play football. I saw some teams doing zorbing whilst they were there. There's tons of stuff for them to do. There's an arcade as well. Things like the arcade is paid for. So they have a bowling alley, they have a Formula One simulator. There's a virtual reality headset, and you can buy a fun pass. You can either pay as you go with it, or you can buy a fun pass. Basically means that it's cheaper per time you go onto it. So I can't play video games, so I didn't actually go do any of the video games, so I can't sort of comment on that. The kids clubs itself, they have a great partnership with Lego, so they have like these Lego models around the kids club, and there are tons of things to do. The great thing is that all the staff are trained and they can all speak English. So anyone from English speaking background the kids will be able to go on and have fun. Plus the kid club team can also speak quite a few other languages as well. There's always going to be someone who's very Italian, and other ones as well. So don't kind of think that your kids are going to be in there and no one's going to be able to speak to the kids because everyone's going to speak Italian. They can speak English, so don't worry about that. There's plenty of things for them to do as well. I said it was on 2 different levels. There's different things for the different age groups. There's a place called the Attic, which was kind of at the back. And what was kind of cool about this was that on the one side of the attic, there was a bar. So the adults can go and sit outside whilst the teenagers are in the kids bit, and they've got their own bar as well. And obviously, it's only serving soft drinks. But at night, after the teenagers things have closed, it was about 11 o'clock. That area is closed to the teenagers and it opens up to a nightclub for everyone. So that was kind of quite cool as well. So it's a nice little area to go into. Pools on board. Now, they have the normal, as on pretty much every single ship on the top deck, you have your rectangular pool, which is right in the center, and there's a massive screen above. It's on pretty much every single ship you go onto nowadays. That's what you're going to get. Okay. They have at the back of the ship, you've got the aqua park. Really cool. I mean, it was cold, so I didn't actually see anyone going out into the outdoor pool, or actually did see someone in the outdoor pool, but didn't see anyone on the aqua park. If there is quite a few slides that are on there at the aqua park at the back of the ship, it's got right up on the top deck where all the funnels and things are. It's like jungle themed, and then they also have like a ropes course up there as well. So, but again, because the weather was a bit grey and miserable, no one was out doing that. So I did get to find out the sort of times and things for that. Now, what was really good is they had a really good indoor pool. Now, most indoor pools on cruise ships are tiny, or you have to go into the spa area to use them. This one was a massive 2 or 3 story enclosed area. I think that they can actually roll back the because it's like a glass panels on top. I think looking at it when I had a little walk around, I think that they actually roll and they can take them away to make it an outdoor pool. But that's how so it's a really nice heated indoor pool, quite a sort of big indoor pool, and then you've got the spa pools, the jacuzzi ones on either side. Plus, there's a bar in there as well. It's actually where I got my first drink from when I got on board. Because you're indoors, it's nice and warm, and you're next to the pool. Everyone's chilling out and relaxing. It doesn't matter what the weather is outside. You can chill out and relax. And there was upper level, so you can go up there if you just wanted to. So, for example, if the kids are in the pool, but you don't want to get in the pool, you can go and sit up there, read a book, go and get a drink. There was some table tennis up there, table football. Really great area. I was really impressed with the indoor swimming pool on board Virtuosa. Okay. So, other entertainment, there are some theatre shows on board, as well. I didn't get a chance to go into those, unfortunately, but feedback I heard was it was really good. I got to go and see the theatres, got to go and see the one at the front of the ship and one at the back of the ship, and they all were really cool. There is a casino on board, as you kind of find on most ships apart from Disney, so you can go and gamble and spend all your money away. The kind of heart of the ship is they've got this it's a massive LED screen. It's really long but curved LED screen that's above where the roof is. You're kind of walking down an Italian street. I know this sounds weird on a cruise ship, And then above, obviously, they can project things like cloud and that kind of stuff. Or they were doing Vivaldi, the for as Four Seasons, and so they were kind of making like sort of patterns and stuff like that up there as well. Really kind of cool. And then off of that, that's where you're going to be able to find a lot of the shops, some of the specialty dining, a couple of bars as well. And there was a chocolate making place. It was really good. Just go and have a look at the chocolate and what they can make out of chocolate. It's a bit like that Cake Boss show. It was really kind of cool to go and have a look at that. And then it's pretty much next to the theatre as well. So it's a really cool area. There is the robot that makes drinks and things like that. I think it's been on other cruise ships before. It's a bit of a gimmick and things like that. It's about €14 for a drink. Got a champagne bar as well. Just be careful if you are on the easy drinks package to make sure the bar you go into accepts the easy drink package, because not all of them do. Okay. So just make sure you do that. Otherwise, you'll be charged for it and you go back. Be charged back to your cabin. Speaking of cabins, I had a single person cabin. So my cabin was just for one person. It was basically a sofa that turned into a bed. So not the most comfortable of beds. I was right at the back of the ship, which was really cool. I had a nice balcony, and if we had good views, not the stuff off the port of Bruges, then it would be kind of. And if the weather was nice, I just sat out there, gone and got a drink, and sat outside on the back. Cabins are all sort of quite nice, got sort of standard sort of sized cabins now. The reason that they have these got the solo ones is one for solo people like me who are traveling on my own, but also if you're family, and then because it had an interconnecting door, so the cabin next to me could have been interconnecting into mine. So if you had kids, for example, older kids, you could then put one of them in there, and then it kind of like puts them off to one side. So if it's you and then a teenager, give a teenager off to one side, put them in their own sort of single cabin, but then you've also got the internet connecting one as well. Virtuoso is music themed, so all the different decks are named after composers. So I was on the Tchaikovsky deck, and there's quite a bit of information about the different composers dotted around the ship as well. And there's quite a lot of artwork to do with classical music. Okay, but don't let that kind of make you think that you're sort of classically trained to go on it. It's kind of a bit of theming. It's not sort of the be all and end all about the ship. The entertainment is aimed at all kind of ages and ranges, things like that. So, what are the good points about MSC? One, really good value for money. When you kind of look at the prices, if you're booking early, they offer some really, really great value trips. They do a lot out of Southampton. So, for example, if it's your first cruise and you just want to go and try it out, then maybe you can do like a 2 or 3 night little cruise just to go and try it out, see what you think about cruising. Or for sort of longer ones, again, you can kind of go Norwegian Fjords, you can go to Amsterdam, Rotterdam, those kind of places. So there's a lot of places you can go to from Southampton. Or you can, a lot of cruise lines, you can go out of Barcelona, Rome, for the Italian cruise line, quite a lot of Italian stuff, and then the Caribbean as well. So great choice of different ports that you can get onto, really good ships, very modern ships as well. Okay. Plus side is if you have to pay for a drinks package, pretty fairly priced compared to some of the other ones. It's about £29 for an adult per day to have the easy package. When you compare that to sort of prices that you pay on Royal Caribbean, it's pretty expensive. But then if you compare that to sort of Norwegian Cruise Line NTL's free at sea, where you just pay, for example, no £150 for the whole trip, and that includes the drinks package and a couple of other things as well. Okay. Wi-Fi, that's downside because you pay for it, and some cruise lines are included it for free now. So, for example, Disney don't include that you can actually do much on it, but things like Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, you can use that for free on Disney. And Virgin Voyages, the internet is free unless you want to do streaming, whereas with MSC, pay for it. So just think about where you're going to be, whether you pay for it on top as well. So the downside would be the main dining restaurant, just from my one night experience and from the feedback I've had from other people as well. So think about either doing the specialty restaurants or spending more time at the buffet. Okay. If you've never done a cruise before, think of it as probably like a good 4.5 star resort in somewhere like Sharm el Sheikh or Turkey that floats around and you get to go to lots of different places. That's kind of the kind of vibe that I got from it, and that's the overall impression that I got. Also, price wise, probably not too dissimilar as well. So, if you have any questions about MSC Cruises, please get in contact with one of us, and we'll be really happy to help you set sail with MSC. Thank you very much for listening, and have a wonderful day.